Once upon a time, in the heart of a bustling city, lived a beggar named Ravi. Every day, Ravi sat at the same corner, dressed in worn clothes and holding out his hand for coins. Passers-by would glance at him, some dropping a coin or two, others walking past without a second thought. For Ravi, this corner was his world, a place where he felt invisible, forgotten by society, and powerless to change his fate. But what most people didn't know was that Ravi hadn't always lived this way. Once, he had dreams, big dreams. He imagined owning a small shop, helping his family and making a difference in his community. Yet, life's hardships and disappointments slowly chipped away at his hope, and his mindset became clouded with doubt and fear. He began to believe that he was destined to remain on the streets, forever powerless. One rainy afternoon, as Ravi huddled under an old umbrella, an elderly man approached him. The man wore simple clothes, but carried himself with quiet confidence. He offered Ravi a warm cup of tea and sat beside him. Instead of pity, the man's eyes shone with understanding. "Why do you sit here every day?" the man asked gently. Ravi shrugged. "Because this is all I know. I have no skills, no money, and no opportunities." The old man listened, then replied, "Let me tell you something about the law of polarity. In life, everything has an opposite. Where there is darkness, there is light. Where there is failure, there is also the possibility of success. Your current situation does not define your future. What matters is how you see yourself." Ravi was puzzled. "But how can changing my thoughts change my life?" The man smiled and began to share a story. "Many years ago, I too was poor. I felt trapped by my circumstances. But one day, I realized that the world outside was simply a reflection of the world inside my mind. I decided to change my attitude. I began to see every setback as a chance to learn, every challenge as an opportunity to grow. Slowly, my life changed. Today, I am not rich in money, but I am rich in happiness, friendship, and purpose." Inspired, Ravi asked, "Is it really possible for someone like me?" The old man nodded. "Yes, but you must believe in your own potential. The first step is to recognize your worth, no matter what others say or how things appear. Start small. Learn a new skill, help someone else, or even just smile at the world. As your mindset shifts, so will your reality." That night, Ravi thought deeply about the conversation. He realized that he had spent years focusing on what he lacked, rather than what he could become. The next morning, instead of asking for coins, he greeted people with a smile and offered words of kindness. Some were surprised, others responded with warmth. Day by day, Ravi's confidence grew. He found small jobs, saved a little money, and learned new skills from community centers. Months passed, and Ravi's life began to transform. He no longer saw himself as a beggar, but as someone capable of change. He opened a tiny tea stall at the very corner where he once begged. Customers came not just for tea, but for his cheerful spirit. Ravi became known for his positivity and wisdom. He helped others who struggled, sharing the lesson that had changed his life. Ravi's story teaches us that our mindset is powerful. When we change our attitude and believe in our potential, even the most difficult circumstances can become the starting point for success. The law of polarity reminds us that every challenge holds the seed of opportunity. So, if you wish to change your life, begin by changing your thoughts. Recognize your strengths, embrace your journey, and remember, greatness begins in the mind.